was just another evening, the kind where time seems to slow down. The quiet hum of the house filled the air, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I'd come home from work, tired as usual. Nothing out of the ordinary by now. I'd grown used to the steady rhythm of my days. In a strange way, I'd learned to appreciate it. The predictability, the comfort, in routine, the little moments of calm I carve out for myself that night. Like always, I went into the shower. It's my small ritual, a way to unwind the warm water wrapped around me, soothing every muscle, washing away the day I closed my eyes, letting myself get lost in the moment. Then I heard it, the door creaking open at first. I dismissed it as just the house settling. But then came another sound, a faint footstep, followed by the soft click of the door shutting. My chest tightened for a moment. I froze, unsure if I was imagining it sour. A voice said suddenly, soft, but with a strange urgency. I turned my head toward the sound. There he was, just outside the shower curtain. I could barely make out his figure, but his presence filled the space. My pulse quickened, not from fear, but sheer surprise. I didn't know you were home. I managed to say, my voice steady but quiet. I kept my eyes fixed on the rising steam, unsure whether to look at him or keep pretending everything was normal. He hesitated, the silence between us stretching. Finally, he said, I didn't mean to intrude. I don't know, I wanted to be near you. His words hung in the air, pulling at something deep within me for a moment. I stood there, the water cascading over me, feeling a strange mix of anticipation, confusion, curiosity, and something else I couldn't quite name. Why are you here? I asked softly. Not accusing, just trying to understand. I don't know, he admitted. I've been thinking about you a lot. There was something raw in his voice, a vulnerability I wasn't used to, and instead of pushing him away, I felt myself softening, a quiet curiosity, replacing my initial tension. After a moment, I took a deep breath. Come in, I said, my voice, calm but firm. Just don't do anything I'm not okay with. His gaze softened and I saw respect in his eyes. Of course, he said gently. Only if you're sure. I nodded, and as he stepped closer, the space between us seemed to shift. It wasn't awkward or tense. It felt warm, like an unspoken connection had formed between us. The days that followed were different, not in some dramatic, life-altering way, but in subtle shifts I couldn't ignore. There was a new kind of understanding between us, a comfort in the way we existed around each other. Even the silences weren't empty anymore. They felt meaningful, like they carried something deeper. One evening, he asked me to dinner. I was not sure why. I said yes, but I did. As we sat across from each other, I noticed the way his eyes lingered on me. Not intrusively, but warmly, like he was seeing me in a way no one else had. How are you? He asked after a while, his tone soft and genuinely curious. I paused, the question catching me off guard. I don't know, I admitted. I've been trying to figure out what this is, what we are. He nodded, his expression calm. We don't have to figure it all out right now, but whatever this is, I'm here for it, for you. His words settled over me, and for the first time in a long while, I didn't feel the need to have all the answers. I just needed to be present with him, with myself. Later that night, lying in bed, I thought about how much had changed since that moment in the shower, how something so small, so unexpected had started to unravel walls I didn't even know I'd built. And for the first time, I let myself wonder if I didn't have to go through life alone. The next few weeks were full of quiet moments, walking together, sharing thoughts, learning to trust again. One night, as we strolled through the park, he broke the side. You've been thinking about this a lot, haven't you? He asked, glancing at me. This, I echoed, turning to meet his gaze. He nodded. Yes, I smiled faintly. I have. It's strange. I don't want to rush into anything, but I don't want to walk away from it." He stopped walking and faced me. His expression was serious but gentle. "I'm not rushing and I'm not going anywhere. I just want to be here with you." Something in me shifted then the weight I'd been carrying, lifting just a little. I think I'm ready to see where this go." He reached for my hand, a simple gesture that said everything we couldn't put into words. And in that moment, I knew I wasn't alone anymore. Life has a way of surprising you, of quietly reshaping everything you thought you knew. One small moment, one unexpected connection, and everything changes, and for the first time I was ready to let it. If you enjoyed my story, please like this video and subscribe my channel for more stories.